Two picks and bans. Alright, looks like they're starting off the same standard they had last time. Jana, Twitch, Lulu taken out, and Corky Fizz, and this time Tristana. Tristana wanting to be given over to the other team, not wanting to have that pick, but Rakan, again, first picked into the game. I'm sorry if the volume is loud, guys. I'm not sorry to Zombie, I'm sorry to Rando Joe, and Kenny. Those are the people I'm sorry to. But, my bad on that. Looking like we almost have a picture-perfect replay of picks and bans, just different sides for the teams.
Yeah, the only difference is no Sejuani ban. KGC just picked that up, and I have a burrito now.
Congrats on your burrito. We'll see how your burrito fares against Game 2 or Dominate Finals. Alright, Sejuani picked up, not a bad pick. I get more hesitant to see what Sejuani does into these games when not paired up with the right team comp. Looks like J4's going to pick it over the side of Streams and Gaming. Don't want to pick that up and take it out. Just going to say, we saw what you did, we're just going to take it back from you.
Yeah, really the only difference is just on a ban instead of being picked. And Sejuani picked instead of ban, but Kalista would be different.
Alright, Kalista, I love the Kalista Rakan combo. It just makes things so amazing. You got the double knock up, you just got ultimate disengages coming out between Fate's Call and the quickness. Battle Dance coming out from Rakan. Let's see if they're actually able to pull off the Kalista though. Holy trio of Streaming Suns Gaming that just wombo the Jarvan Flag and Drag knock up into Cataclysm, Fate Call into the quickness. It just makes for a hyped up team fight. We're gonna this time throw out the Orianna. CogChamp just ban out their own roster there. And I don't know what's going on. They just don't want them to have the champs they had. And Streaming Suns Gaming says we're going to follow it up. We're going to ban out our Alistar too. Take that. Although they have already picked away their support as opposed to CogChamp, so it makes more sense. Going to take out the Nami as well. Just going to try to get rid of any Ardent Sensor support we can. Just really going to focus our pick and ban phase heavily against the supports this time as opposed to the mids, which Syndra is still left open and we're not doing anything to that, but the Cho'Gath gets picked up.
This is someone who eats on people in the middle of a team fight instead of Darius.
Now, this is a person who eats up, and this time Echo does not get banned. I'm pretty sure that's a one tree coming out. We have Trundle coming out for the top lane as well. Most likely. We can see Echo top and Trundle jungle. That would make my day. Still.
Dude, J4 mid is some crazy cheese.
J4 AP mid. It's a great. But what will CogChamp pick for their last rotation? Who is their support going to be after so many good supports have been picked out? We're going to take out one of the greatest Ardent Sensor users, Soraka. Just going to be healing up more of a more passive bot lane than they had before last game, while Stream Suns Gaming wants to get an item out. Kalista's going to destroy them.
I think Soraka's kind of a crappy pick. Laning SSG bot lane might be able to absolutely destroy CogChamp.
Hernandez falling onto a signature pick, Soraka. It looks like teams are nice and settled, but I'm feeling more for Streaming Suns Gaming for the wombo that just gets to come out between the first three picks here. Talia's going to be really nice if she can keep up the pressure in the mid lane. If she can get that pressure push out and then roam around with her wall, make some good creative plays come out, then that's where the pick actually picks and thrives. But from last game, I don't know how confident I would be into that. But Sejuani Cho'Gath is going to make for a very formidable front line coming out with the CogChamps here. especially when Soraka gets a lot, gets an item, gets the Artist Sensor in, it just makes them into super tanks, although Kog is already, Cho'Gath is already the best super tank here now. Just ridiculous. We're gonna stone plate up, run at you with our, what was that item? Someone help.
Righteous Glory.
There we go, that's the item that runs.
Help is here.
Help is here. Cho'Gath runs, eats the Kalista, calls it a day. Raka is a bit intense, has a very easy way to apply Ardent Sensor to everyone. Just throw out the wish, and all of a sudden the team fight is in their favor. The Echo pick I quite like. I'm pretty sure SSG's mid laner is an OTP Echo, which is always really fun to see. Especially through the mid and early to mid game, he's so dominant. If he can get his roams out better than Taliyah, it just snowballs the game heavily. But he has a harder time finding his place into the late game team fights than Taliyah would.
I think Echo is a really good pick into Taliyah. Not for the fact that he could win the lane, but just because he applies so much pressure. He presses Q, clears all the minions, the wave's gone. Taliyah can't roam without screwing up her CS. She loses a wave to tower, and maybe, like, let's say she doesn't pick up anything bot lane, she just lost 6 CS and did absolutely nothing. So
definitely a harder time when Echo just gonna out clear the wave from you. Another thing that happens when you ban out your own Orianna and give them back the Echo. Orianna had some pretty clutch shockwaves in there. I'm not sure why they wanted to take that away from themselves. If it wasn't already picked through their first pick phase. Hopefully the Taliyah has a better performance. Let's see. But as far as, like, I really feel Scream Sun's gaming comp is just much better, in my opinion, to CogChamp. It's just more solid and a lot easier to execute from the first 3. The Rakan, Jarvan, and Kalista. Echo and Trundle feel more like solo queue picks, but the first 3 are just so solid that it doesn't really matter at that point. If Trundle can snowball the top lane against a Cho'Gath, which he should have a great time doing so, using the Subjugate just whittles the Cho'Gath down. It's just his worst nightmare. I'm not sure he can actually handle the laning phase as much.
All of CogChamp's champions are in the meta, in like the team play meta. Besides, I don't see Soraka all too often, just because she is so immobile. But it's more like a mismatch of everything in the meta. Like, some of these champions just don't fit too well together. Like, they sound good on paper, Cho'Gath and Sejuani. But what do you do after Cho'Gath and Sejuani, like, pop in there? Like, get a team fight going. You have to wait for Hobbs to throw out some feathers, and Tango has to set up a WE. There's just not much they can do besides sit there and just soak up damage from Echo and Kalista.
Definitely. But hopefully the Taliyah's Unraveled Earth can slow down the Echo into these team fights, just to give that a more, much easier target for Sejuani and Cho'Gath to chomp down on. But after that, there's no reliable follow-up CC. We have the Soraka silence field, which would be pretty nice, especially when the Echo jumps on top of you, but that's pretty much it. The stun is pretty unreliable. Taliyah's not going to get that much, but if Cho can land a Rupture, Taliyah can then get the Unraveled Earth into the Seismic Shove. And that actually should be able to pick off 1 or 2 people if done like perfectly. If you can get like the Rakan into that CC chain, or even the Kalista. But I have a hard time having them sit down that long for you to really do it. Kalista's just all over, Rakan's all over, Echo is all over. It's just The Unravel Earth is going to be thrown out and just hope someone dashes through it by accident. Or even on purpose. Doesn't even care about it. Teams are now into the game. We are waiting 1 minute and 50 seconds. 1 minute 30 seconds to get into the game after the spectator delay.
I think it just takes a lot more setup for KogChamp to win. They could win a team fight a lot harder than SSG, but they'll need a lot more setup. Xayah Feathers need to be out. The Talia E needs to be down, but SSG can just engage like that. Jarvan EQ, ult, Echo E's in, Callista throws a Rakan R in there. It's just
Callista throws
so
the
much.
Rakan. Just imagine Callista throwing a bird at people and winning a game.
And then the bird charms them. League of Legends in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much. This Spirit Lady threw a bird, and by golly, it was the most beautiful bird I've ever seen. What happened to my team? Is pretty much how that goes. It's just, if Rakan's able to get his W off, and the Fate's Call comes out and immediate knock-up right after that, it's just no going anywhere. You can't outplay that. The knock-ups is just something you can't disengage from. You need a QSS and a flash just to get out of one of the knock-ups.
Flashing the first spell will be the roughest thing for Hobbs, or ulting out of it, but if Tango doesn't have flash up, expect to see him die every team fight unless they just pull a major advantage early game, which I also don't really see happening.
Unless Chogue instead can get big enough that they can't cross that front line. But the entire team is great at crossing that front line, except for Trundle. He's going to be the one dealing with that. But Rakan, Jarvan, Echo, they're just great for diving into the back, taking apart your back, and now you're just left with two tanks that aren't going anywhere. Once the Feast is out, that's Strogoth's damage. That's it. All of his threat, it's gone. Looks like teams are finally starting to load up into game. We have Talia coming out with a Storm Raider Surge, which is a pretty, it's a good mastery for her if she can pick up the damage. Pick up the damage, able to follow up into these team fights, but after last game, I'm not sure how confident she's really going to be on that. Also, key point for KogChamp is not to let the game deter them too much. Hobbs doesn't need to get tilted right off the face of the earth from that last team fight. Just needs to pick himself up, come to a new game, and just move on into the series. Let's see if he can actually separate himself from that.
We talked about how Orianna ults could tilt Tango, but maybe that flash in tilts Hobbs for the rest of the series.
No, the Orianna ults were on point. It got needed targets like 3 to 4 people almost each time. But then this Syndra would just pick off Hobbs, and that was it. Getting a 3-man invade, XC just watching, looking. Gonna start running. We have Tango coming up.
He gave him the stare down, dude.
Just some fronting.
It's like, I know you guys are there. I can see you. I'm not moving.
Redneck not moving one bit as Trundle's going to come and face check this. Gonna get auto attack down. Gonna take the spikes first. Probably the best for wave clearing. Trying to match up into this. But I feel like wave clear is just not going to matter once Trundle gets that Tiamat on.
Minions have spawned.
I feel like Trundle has a bit more sustain coming out in the laning phase as compared to Cho'Gath. Just healing off every minion dying instead of just any minion you kill.
Jeff decides to start blue buff. Now, Jarvan's, regardless of what side, would likely start red, maybe to cheese mid, or it's just an easier path. But pretty sure he does want to force a gank bot lane onto the Soraka and onto the Xayah, who is immobile pre-6. If he can get that off, then that 2v2 is going to be really disgusting.
Also like to point out Hernandez and Hobbs opting to take in the reverse summoners, giving the heal over to Soraka and the barrier over to Zaya. Gonna be coming out, but just some trade coming out. Redneck not quite figuring out. I feel like Rando could have totally flashed in, or even threatened further to force a flash out from Redneck.
Flash auto Q probably would have killed him.
Instead, just kind of keep it at that, let him sustain up, just show him. Get a little more lane dominance in there, only having to burn. Check out how he burns the pot, as opposed to Trundle's Corrupting Potion. Still has 2 charges.
Honestly, it's really demoralizing to have to sit in lane with that HP. Like, I'd much rather be killed than have to sit in the lane with...
Rupture lands onto Rando, but just some poke. I'd rather focus out onto the minions that you're not really going to be getting. Root lands onto the duo in the bot lane, going to take them both down. Well, T's down to half health. Gotta get straight, not watching those feathers, just lining themselves up perfectly for that. Pre one item, Kalista feels pretty bad until you get your Berserker Greaves out, at least. Get some attack speed, actually get some movement, and actually distance clamps. Just gonna get some Formula Arms onto Redneck. Not much else gonna happen in the top lane, just more of a wet noodle fight. Oh, the pillar actually comes out, but the field goes away, not gonna get too many more auto attacks onto that. Chandler's just gonna keep pressuring his advantage. I mean, he's gonna get so much more sustain having that Corrupting Potion. I probably would have liked Redneck to have a Corrupting Potion. Dash coming out onto Talia, but the shove is not gonna connect just yet. After Echo commits with face dive, you don't really have too much pressure to go in with the seismic shove and the unravel, so he's just gonna have that movement speed and run right back out. Ping's coming out. D-Law is pinned out into that top lane, but there's nothing there to really gain. Raptors and Red has already been cleared, so he's just gonna walk right back out. But now Tango should know the law is there. Both mid laners just falling pretty even at this point. Not much will really happen there. They're both just gonna clear until 6 and try to make some roam plays. Which is alright, you know. They're fine. Echo opting into TP while Tango is opting into the heal, expecting more damage to come out onto him.
Top lane is gonna get CS lead.
CS lead and has a level advantage for right now. For that exact moment that I said it.
I love CS leads.
I love CS leads. Rando filling himself in 10 CS above the Cho'Gath, which it should be expected with all this aggression.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see a solo kill soon, honestly.
Yeah, when Redneck has coming back with boots and a health pot, it doesn't feel that great coming back into lane compared to a longsword. Other than that, bot lane staying pretty even, only having a 2 CS lead. Rikon having 2 CS for himself, I'm not quite sure why. Just support things, really. Both top laners just determined to eat each other one way or the other. Face dive coming in onto Tango, but the Q is going to miss. But he gets the return strike on. Taylor's going to land onto Redneck, going to get down some autos. Gonna have to run out of his field, not going to get that. Rupture's going to land, going to try stopping him. The subjugate comes out, but it's not going to be enough to really secure the kill. Just going to make him large and in charge. He's going to walk away and continue his 20 CS lead.
Cho'Gath getting ulted by Trundle is one of my favorite things. Because Cho'Gath turns into like a toy-looking thing, and Trundle just becomes this huge, massive troll.
They switch sizes just for a little bit, which is all pretty great. the Law going to be spotted out by a pink ward here, having a level disadvantage right now. And Tango's going to be much faster on the roam as Echo was on the south side of the river. Not going to worry about what the Law is doing. Scuttle goes over to XT. I imagine.
Wow.
Boy.
I just made the case he trying to play right there, but look at top lane CS.
Top lane's just getting 30 CS, just losing. He hasn't gained like more than 2 CS in the last minute. Toronto getting in and gonna get baited into this fight. So Sejuani coming in, XT getting the stun down onto the flash coming out, not gonna land onto the auto attack. Pillar's gonna be able to stop him. Redneck just stopped up into the tower, gonna have to flash away. Jalaw's not gonna get the last auto attack until just yet. He gets that out, but the stun comes out from XT, gonna get the slow out, gonna get the flag and drag, and I Am the Law gets out to safety, securing himself a kill. Great counter game coming in from the Law.
CS lead grows.
Intensity intensifies. Good counter lead coming out from the Law. Really clutch pillar to keep Redneck into the tower range and separate him from Sejuani, not letting XT get that last auto attack on him that he needed to break the ice and pop that percent health.
There's a 1.2k gold advantage for SSG, and
it's on 8 minutes.
From the numbers, it looks like it's pretty much mostly from Trundle's CS lead versus Cho'Gath.
King's Lane just getting a bit aggressive onto.
Or rather, Trundle has 1,000 gold over Cho'Gath.
Which is a bit ridiculous when it's just from an assist and the CS lead. Sean going eager to go into that Blade of the Rune King instead of starting off with the Tiamat. Gonna feel pretty good in that landing phase at least, in the 1v1 combat.
I think he's rushing that because he does not want to push the wave back into Redneck if it does come into his side of the lane, because then we can just run him down.
Rando gonna walk right back into that rupture. Not much. Just gonna go flying for a bit. We have XT kind of running up to this top lane. It will be spotted out by a ward. Let's see if I'm just going to see it in time. It's pinged out. And that might be enough to dissuade the gank. Wow, a Canadian Moose is able to go clean up the enemy blue, secure that for himself. Feels pretty good till he doesn't get a blue, and Echo gets to come back, only losing a few CS if he's able to get back there in time. Not taking the quickest path back out. And
looks like 2 people roaming up for top lane.
We have XT, and the wall is coming out. Rando does not have the flash, but the wall is going to end just before he really gets her subjugate. Comes out on the Cho'Gath. The shove just goes out. The ult coming out from Sejuani, and Redneck's going to get himself a kill. Nom 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 goes Rando. First gank did not succeed. Let's send in more people up to the top lane, is what KogChamp says. The wall getting Talia there enough to slow him down. Shuttle not be able to go anywhere with the flash still down. In turn, I'm the Laws looking to try to take this Rift Herald away from KogChamp. Smites are up. Echo parallel convergence is down. Gonna actually get them to back off. TP coming out from Rando. Going to get him, but Echo is diving in off the back of Tango. Autismo going to get the seismic shove to disengage him, but will it be enough? So, parallel convergence comes out. Cataclysm into the knockup, into the pillar, and just keeps him stuck there. Well, that's a double kill coming out from a Canadian Moose. Rando just going down and taking that tower.
Callista did die. They took a 2v2 and they lost it.
And on the backside, Callista does die out. Rather unfortunate, but that's mid tower. That's first tower gold coming over for Screaming Suns Gaming. Overall, more beneficial trade for Screaming Suns. Yeah, they lose Callista, but they gain the Rift. No, they don't. No, they forgot the Rift handled. But they gain mid lane tower, double kill for Echo, and that first tower gold also important. Lane split between the three of them. Now it's really going to be up to that Xayah to get into where she needs to be. Going to need to build right back up into the latter half of the mid-game before she can really get anything done compared to the Callista and the Echo that's already got the Proto Belt on. Just chomp, chomp, chomp goes Rando onto Redneck here. I like how we have both top laners that just eat the other champ.
Funny, I was thinking the same thing. I think I heard my cast not me.
But we have XT making a return gank. Going to throw out the ult, just going to get the slowdown. Not going to be enough. The Repeller goes out to disengage Redneck, but the Rupture is going to be landed down. Subject 8 comes out, but it's going to be not enough to keep him down. Parallel Convergence coming out from the Echo. Canadian Moose making good TP. Going to insert himself a kill onto XT. Going to make time with a phase dive right back out of that. Chrono Break comes out. That's the... I don't know why I said phase dive, but we're good. And just Tango slow on the roam up to top lane. All in all, 1 for nothing. Redneck's able to make it out with his life.
As there seems to be nothing going on right now, I want to issue a formal challenge to the winner of this series. Comes from Reckled himself, dude. Whoever wins, play RE comp. I bet you'll lose Lamau.
Feeling pretty confident yourself in there, Reckled. Seeing this, yeah. Saying you can do better. Said every bronze player ever.
My laning is trash, dude. Come on.
Phase dive coming out for the Canadian Moose, but it's just showing a bit of pressure, just scaring off Tango and Tismo. Needs to show herself the pretty reckless there. Katie Master Lynn. Just going back into the stalemate. Has about a 3k gold lead. Gun and Trundle's eventually going to take off this tower. Cho'Gath really just can't handle the pressure up top. Sejuani gets potted out by a peak ward. Parallel Convergence come down trying to block out the path, but maybe a bit of time, but the Seismic Shove does not connect, and just a clean execute onto Tango Autismo.
Proto Belt coming in clutch there.
I mean, what can you do? You're not. At this point, you know you can't make it into lane. Every time that Proto Bell's up, he can kill you. He's 4-0 above you, almost 10 CS. Echo coming down to the bot lane. We're now going to make this a 4-man dive onto 3. XT in the back, going to get EQ, Parallel Conversions onto the Triple Man stun, just the Cataclysm and everything going so well, and the Chrono Break coming down, getting himself a double kill. A Canadian Moose showing what he can do on this Echo.
I'm going to give myself credit here for calling out the Wombo combo before the game. That was disgusting.
That was a beautiful Wombo combo coming out from all 4 of the members down there. Cataclysm keeping them down in the Parallel Conversions. We got the quickness. We didn't even have to use the Fate's Call.
Based on the performances so far, I definitely think SSG is going to take this game.
Take this game?
Not the series, but for sure this game. If they just continue to play how they've been playing. Saying that, I know it's a curse. Probably gonna start playing like crap, but that's fine by me. Make it interesting.
We already have an Echo with a 10-stack Dark Seal, 6-0. It's gonna be really hard stopping. He's gonna... I would like to see him getting picking off Tango whenever he can, but then just splitting, taking out these side towers, pressing up mid, doing what he can, because he will eventually fall off compared to Taliyah. if they can both get on equal ground. And we have teams going over back to the Rift Herald. While that's still an option, considering it's 9-2. Pillow comes out onto Tango, not able to stay enough with the seismic shove, not even close to hitting. We got XT coming in to try to save the day. Gonna get Rando back up, but the Echo is here to kill. Flash has to come out for Tango, getting the 3 hit. Gonna phase dive, Chrono Break right back out. Jeez, I cannot get that one.
Fine, dude. Echo E and R basically do the same.
Right, you're just going right back out. This Echo putting on so much pressure. I can definitely see a ban coming right back out. Probably regretting not banning it for this game.
I think the only time Tango's been allowed to play the game is when Canadian Moose hasn't been in lane. He wasn't able to push the wave, so Tango could roam freely, and that's what I mean. Echo just shoves the wave constantly, and Tango either loses yes and gets nothing done, or just sits in lane and does.
Hernandez left all by himself into a 4-man, but he's going to get soloed out by Kalissa before anything else can really happen. Rakan getting assists and just for kicks and giggles. Unsynchronized backs on between Hobbs and Hernandez, just leaving them both alone. Well, leaving Hernandez alone while Hobbs gets the save back. Rift Herald coming out, parallel convergence onto the tower. Gonna stun up the tower just nice. Gonna clear out the tower really fast, and I'm gonna continue this 4-man siege onto the bot lane. Cho'Gath is not gonna respawn just yet. Gonna have to deal with the Trundle on his own terms. Rupture comes out onto Rando. Parallel converge onto the back line, getting the stun out, but Zaya's gonna just quickly ult away. Wall comes off, separating the team. But Kalissa just going into the back line, giving Tango Altissimo kill. XT just getting chomped up in the front. Well, XT gets the Cataclysm onto the back by I Am the Law. Triple kill coming out for a Canadian Moose. While Rando Joe is left 1v1ing against the Cho'Gath here. Just flash onto Redneck. There's nothing else he can do. Stop going for it. Just go get the inhib, please.
Rift Herald almost carried him, dude. He almost got the kill onto the Cho'Gath from the Rift Herald, hitting the Nexus, the inhibitor, and knocking him away.
Team's just not prepared for that shove against it. I'm not quite sure what Tej was doing on the backline there, just going after Tango, thinking since he is only 2-4, he can take him out.
I think he took aggro without really noticing, and he noticed while he was halfway through tower range, so he decided to go all the way through instead of trying to kite backwards, because I don't think he would have had enough time regardless.
No, but it definitely gives some gold back over to Tango, which he desperately needs. King's Land just taunting out with the labs, getting a small raptor for himself. Throwing a spear into the sedge, just gonna walk away. And now we have Screaming Suns Gaming going to progress onto this Baron. Will Cho'Gath be able to get over the wall? No blast guns available. Ren's just gonna have to go out. Gonna have no one else to save the Baron while they're gonna be taken out on the back line. Gonna just a Canadian Moose just deletes the Soraka. Parallel convergence gets the stun. No. Hobbs just trying to do what he can on that front line there. Subjugate not enough to keep him alive while we have Rakan going down to the front line as well. XP coming in with a great ultimate, taking out almost the Law. Going to have a failed flash over the wall. Does not get over the Raptor cans. Canadian Moose doing what he can. Ultimate's already been used. He's just going to try to run away as far as he can, but Zonius comes out. Blake comes in, gets chomped up, and deleted. Just throwing some gold back into KogChamp's pockets.
Not what I like to see, dude.
Sending Soraka to deal with the super minions.
It started off really, really good. Echo had a really good TP flank, blew up the Soraka, and then just went really, really bad. Trundle and Rakan rushed into Talia and got popped.
The position just got really off to the back end of that fight. SSG just getting a big reading. Probably could have backed off once they hit the Soraka, repositioned. Once Echo used the ult, he probably shouldn't be spending too much more time in the back of that line. But now they're going to go again for the Baron threat. Team might not be able to respond fast enough. The Ren's going to do a lot of execute damage here. Talia is the only one that's going to make it here in time. Will it actually be enough? Wall's going to come out and zone him into the base, but going to get almost deleted by Canadian Moose. XT tries to dash to the wall, but just rushes in, hits a brick wall, and not able to get over and get the smite. Baron coming over to SSG.
Who are we kidding, dude? They've been doing this all series, this game and last game. We think they're doing something crazy, they end up messing up, supposedly, and then right after they just end up picking the buff. Jeff lost Elder Dragon Smite to XT last game, and then right after they just pick up Baron. And won it.
Just gotta psych us out thinking it might turn a different direction, and then psyched, bamboozled again.
SSG is on that next level.
And we have securing yet another Ocean Drake. Going to go down to smite, misses, but the Ren secures the Ocean Drake for SSG. Alright, 3 Drakes coming over, 2 Oceans, gonna feel pretty good for these sieges, gonna heal up. Echo getting that damage onto with a phase. We're gonna have to Trundle break out, get some health back, and try to run away. Trundle left on his own, Subjugate coming out, saving his life, but it's just 4 man against a troll. Not gonna get anything out. Flash actually has to be used, gonna just get to safety. No damage on the side of KogChamp. Shove gets onto the log. Stoneplate is popped. Quickness comes out. Cataclysm comes into the backline, securing, locking down the Xayah just for a moment. While Echo's wreaking part of the backline, but doesn't have its ultimate once again. Gonna have to throw out the Zonias, but there's nowhere else for him to go. He's gonna actually be able to run out with the help of Tej. He run back into the tower that's still not dead yet. 2 for 0 and some blinking red bars. Gonna take out the second inhibitor.
Just as you think it's gonna fall apart, they somehow pull it back. Echo flashes in to dodge out on the seismic shove and all of Hobbs' E damage, and just presses the Zonia's button. Baits his entire team, and they get a free inhibitor off of it.
That Zonia's coming in clutch, while the rest of the team able to actually come support him before he goes down again. It was feeling a bit scary when he's diving into the backline once again without his ultimate. About to get Jensened, but today he is actually victorious. Coming in 11-2, only a couple CS above, but just destroying, being a side lane pressure, being this flank threat that they just can't deal with. Hobbs and Tango just get immediately deleted if he shows up.
While the game slowed down a little bit, let's talk about gold.
Gold.
Rakan has 1,000 gold lead over the Soraka because of all the extra assists and the kill he's got. Mid lane, there's a 3,500 gold lead in favor of Echo. Top lane, there's a 2,700 gold lead in the favor of Cho'Gath. Jungle, there's a 2,000 gold lead in the favor of Jarvan. So SSG making up 10k gold lead right there.
Endo just coming, putting into the Cho'Gath. He's just gonna walk away. He's gonna give over this inhibitor for free while he tries to go over and defend the rest of his team at the top lane. But I don't think it's going to be enough. That inhibitor should be going down right about now. Perfect timing. It feels bad. They have 2 lanes of Supermans coming into the base now. While this top tower is not long for this world, Xayah getting a big chunk on the Tej here. It's XT going to dive in, but the quickness comes out. Cataclysm jumps onto the rocket, gets deleted. Xayah is deleted. nothing is standing in the way. I am the law in the cataclysm. The zoning comes out. The parallel convergence comes out. Tower Trundle just doesn't care about this team fight whatsoever. Just going and deleting the tower. Sejuani walks by and just kills him. XT has left the game because there is nothing left. SSG is going to take game 2 for Dominate Rampage. Dominate Finals. Jesus.
Dominate and Rampage.
I just lost space. Dominate and Rampage Finals. They're better than both. I'm sorry. I lost all my words there at the end. Holy.
Man, that game kind of looked like Rampage towards the end, so I don't blame ya. The Wombo combo, dude.
The Wombo is the combo.
Going crazy once again in that last team fight. Callisto wasn't even needed again, just like bot lane.
Not at all. The Jarvan working out so much better for Streaming Suns Gaming at the end here. Alright guys, we're going to take a little break, and right back when we come back with Game 3 of Streaming Suns Gaming against KogChamp. Point going to Streaming Suns Gaming. Yes, don't miss it. Stay. We'll be right back.